Audi A4 1.8T Quattro. We're going to replace the upper and lower radiator hoses. Here are the part numbers for those. And while everything is disconnected, we're going to throw in a new reservoir with a new cap. There's 3 quick disconnects that we're going to remove. There's 2 at the bottom radiator hose, and the top radiator hose has 1. So when it's locked, basically these parts of the clip are hugging onto the whatever it's connected to, and it won't come out. To release it, just simply pull up as much as you can. They lock right here in these holes. Lock in place right there at those holes. And from here on, you can just disconnect it from whatever it's connected to. And when you reconnect it, just set it to wherever it was and lock it. That easy. The drain plug is at the bottom of the vehicle, driver's side. There's this big hose that's in the way. If you try to remove this hose, you're gonna have a hard time. You're not gonna be able to remove this hose, trust me. You have very, very little clearance. You can't get a socket in there. So what you can do is get a 6-point ratcheting 19mm box end wrench. You're gonna feed it onto that drain plug, and we're fit. And then just twist. And there we go. Make sure you have your drain pan. Here's a better view of that drain plug. If you use a 19mm 12-point ratcheting box end, it's just gonna slide off the plug. You have to use a 19mm 6-point ratcheting box end. Look, oh, how it easily grips that. The engine code for this vehicle is A and B. And with the coolant drained, we're going to remove the screw that holds the reservoir in place. Then we're going to disconnect the connector at the bottom of the reservoir. This connector is broken, so essentially this is what the connector looks like. You're going to pull back on this tab and remove the connector. When you pull back on that tab, that little flap raises up, and then you can remove that connector. Disconnect these 3 hoses. Disconnect these 3 hoses. Top radiator hose. There's this wiring harness that runs across the top of this hose. It's held in place by zip ties. I went ahead and cut these zip ties, so now we have enough space to get a pick into that retainer. So with your pick, raise that retainer as much as you can, and now you can pull this hose out. Word of warning, this hose is not going to be easy to pull out. After so many heat cycles, this hose is basically glued to the radiator outlet. When you put in your new hose, these hoses are keyed. There's a slot at the top and a slot at the bottom. They line up with this slot at the top, and there's another slot here at the bottom. So when you put in your new hose, you're gonna open up the retainer like this, and line up the slots, and then just pull in. So I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so you're probably not gonna get good footage here. You can actually feel when it bottoms out. So right now we're bottomed out, and let's close our retainer. Make sure you can't pull this hose out, and that should do it for the top hose. For this next step, leave the top radiator hose off, leave it disconnected, because we're up for a challenge now. We're gonna disconnect that hose right there that connects to the thermostat. Since we have the top radiator hose off, we're gonna slide a hand through here with a pick. There's plenty of space now to get a pick through here. And then we just pry up on that retaining clip as much as we can, like that. And we just pull it out now. This one was even more difficult to disconnect just because of its location. But I came with a pry bar from the alternator area. Came with the pry bar and I carefully, gently pried it off. At this point, you have 2 out of the 3 retainer clips removed. With the top radiator hose still disconnected, we're going to peep from the top here. And we're going to reach down to the lower radiator hose and pull up on its retainer clip. Pull up until you can't pull up anymore, like that. At the bottom radiator hose, you're going to use a trim tool to remove this piece of the cable from that hole. Trim tool. Then you're going to disconnect this connector, pull back on its tab until you hear it click. You hear that click, and then we can disconnect. I'm going to move this out of the way. And now since we have the retainer loose, we can just pull this right off. Again, so many heat cycles, it was extremely difficult to remove. So I had to resort to the pry bar. And there it is. It needed a little bit of persuasion. So now we're going to route this. We're going to pull this down, and then we're going to switch this onto the new hose. We're going to transfer this sensor onto the new lower radiator hose. First, with the small flathead, remove this clip. Now you can remove the sensor. There's an O-ring in here that you're also going to transfer over. Make sure it's nice and clean. We're going to set it at the base. Make sure your sensor is nice and clean as well. And we're going to push it in there. This little locking clip is going to lock it into position. Simple as that, right? Now make sure you can't pull this sensor out. And it is in position. All that is left now is to put the radiator hoses back into position. Don't forget to open up the retainer when setting it into place. And start with the bottom hose. And the new hoses are in position. I did have trouble with the top radiator hose. I had to remove this intake hose at the throttle body, moved it out of the way so I could have grip to push this top radiator hose in. It is very crucial that that hose bottoms down. Very crucial. So that clip can secure it into position. I did use new worm clamps for the hoses. For an empty system, we used Xerex G40 and of course distilled water. An empty system fills up with a little less than 2 gallons, so here we have enough. We're also leak testing using a cooling system tester and the adapter. The specific adapter for this system, part number is right here. A little expensive, but you are gonna need it for these vehicles. Pressure has not dropped in 10 minutes, so we're good. And that's gonna wrap up for this video. Make sure to bleed the air out of the system, and I'll see ya in the next one.